Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's training. As you all know, my name is Emery Lalonde, Sapphire Executive with Jeunesse Global. Now, first of all, I'd like to wish you a Happy New Year. Now, in my resolution for this year, I am planning to make 2017 so exciting 2016 gets jealous. All right? Because it was I've had a good year, and I've made a lot of good friends and stuff, especially through the business. But I know that 2017 is going to become really exciting. And I'm looking forward to what it's going to bring for us. So what I want to talk tonight about is a bit of goal setting. Before I do that, I want to give a couple of little announcements of what's going on. First of all, if you haven't seen that, just above my sponsors, Pierre and Christine, have just reached Diamond Director. Quite exciting. I had lunch with them today and talk about some of the things that are going on in the company. Because as field leaders, as we all are field leaders, it's getting the input and finding out what's going on. Now, Lead in Las Vegas, that's next month. I don't know who's going to that. But they're going to be announcing another new product from Jeunesse. I do not know what the product is. I've got some hints that's come at me, but nothing that's confirmed. But it's going to be another exciting Jeunesse product. So that is something to keep an eye out for. Now, when they launch a new product, they often, worldwide, or in whatever countries they're able to, legally within the restrictions, they try and put packages together. And they also usually have large packages of product available every year during lead, okay, for anybody to buy. So keep an eye out for that. That's a good time to put in a little bit of extra stock on hand at a better price. They also, when you buy one of the lead packages, there's usually a bonus credit, which is you buy the $2,000 product package, for example, they give you a $500 credit in your back office store. So you can buy more products and have more of an inventory available. Or use it to buy some prepaid auto ship to pre-qualify you for future months. Also, all these packages usually have travel points with them, right? Which if you're trying to qualify for any of the trips, this year's trip for North America is to go to Dubai, right? For Asia and Africa, I think it's Czechoslovakia and Hungary. So there's some exciting trips that are going to be happening around the world. So it's a good chance to try and get travel points and double up on travel points as you go forward. Okay, so that's something to watch out for. Another thing that's going to be announced at Lead is they're making some changes to the company. And a lot of the changes are to try and make it more beneficial for the lower rank individuals and the people starting off to make it easier for them to make money initially. So this is good news. I've got a few hints on it, but nothing official, so I'm not going to start any rumors. But with it, one thing that they are going to be doing is they're setting up a J party type system so you can do home parties, because a lot of people like doing that with network marketing, and make things beneficial for the people buying at the home party. So that's one of the exciting things. So there's a few things that are going to be changing shortly. Most of it will be announced in February in Vegas. And the other thing, for example, you just saw that race to executive we just had, where you got an extra bonus for getting promoted to executive, which is a key rank in the company. And you also get a bonus if you help somebody else that you directly sponsored goes executive. Those type of things you're going to see more of. It was partly because of our own team leaders going down to Florida to talk to the founders that race to executive happened. All right, and now they're launching that in many other countries, because I'm seeing it in Europe, Indonesia, and a few other places. So this is all good news, because one of the big things in this company is getting people to be able to start making a profit early, which is exciting. So that is one of the things that is going to make 2017 an exciting year. So as we move into 2017, now it's time to start looking at where you want to bring this year and what you want to look at your future in the company. And what are your goals? And I've broken up the goals into the 5 W's: the who, what, when, where, why, and how. I'm missing one here. What, when, where, how, when. When is the one I'm missing on my thing. Okay, good. The 5 W's and the H. So those are what we're talking about. So I want to start going over a bit. What is the what you have to do to start getting going? So the first is, and they're not in the same order as we're taught as a kid: who, what, when, where, and how. The first thing you have to look at is your why. Why are you looking for something different? I had a good talk with Nelson yesterday on this. And it's the why. And I've talked to most people in my team as to what is your why. Why are you doing Jeunesse? My why is very simple. And the why leads to your story when you're introducing yourself. And I've talked before last year about the story, but the why. Me, here's my why. Why is because I'm trying to retire in 3 years, within 3 years from 28 years government service. I got out of government service for a few years, racked up debt. I got to get rid of it. I will never be promoted in where I work, even if I'm one of the top in my field. I am one of the experts. Doesn't matter. So I want something where I get advancement based off of my own merit. So that's what I have with Jeunesse, is I have something that I can on merit. The other thing, and if you've seen a bit of my Facebook recently, I love woodworking. I want the time to do my woodworking. All right? I want the money to do my woodworking. I mean, a nice simple box like that has $40 worth of wood in it because I like the exotic woods. The other day I went down to make a couple of projects for my wife, and I spent $200 on 3 boards of wood. I love the exotic woods. Now, on a government salary, I can't afford the exotic woods. So in order to pay for my hobby and my tools, I need the extra income. And so that's what I'm looking at. That's my why. I want the freedom to be able to do what I want. I want the freedom to be able to go camping. I want the freedom to travel, freedom to spoil my children. Now, excuse me, there's a cough going around Ottawa these days. A lot of people are getting it, right? So that is what we're looking for. And as we're talking, I'm going to, hey, where did I put my spare box of reserve? My wife, I'll take a reserve while I'm going because that usually helps with the cough. All right. So that's my why. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to retire. I want to eliminate my debt, and I want to have the freedom to live the life that I want to live. I want to travel. I don't want to go into retirement in debt. And so that's what I'm going to do. All right? And your why is important. Now, my why has actually expanded since I've joined the company. Because as I've seen, my own successes starting, I also see people that I've met around the world, and I'd like to see them succeed as well. I've seen hardworking people, wonderful people I've talked to over the years, over the past couple of years when I've been in Jeunesse. Incredible people, friends around the globe. And I'd love to see people have a change in their own lives and have the freedom to do what they want to fulfill their own why. So that is added on to mine. And your why also leads to your story. Because in your story, when you're introducing yourself, your why, which is your dissatisfaction, why you want to do something different, what you found in Jeunesse is your next part. I found a company where I could advance with revolutionary products, etc., and then where I'm going with it. I'm aiming to go to the top so I can afford the travel, visit people around the world, and buy expensive exotic woods. All right? So that's your why. And that's very important as you move forward. The next thing you need to know is when. When is the time for you to start? Time is always now. Okay, it's action that's going to make things happen. So, it's the beginning of a new year. It's a marketing time. It's a good time to start action. All right. And so that's it. So the time is literally now. The next part is who. Well, this is your business. You're an independent distributor. So you is you. But you are part of a team. You got a sponsor. You got people to help you. You have an upline. You have a company. So all that is part of what you have. You have partners. Now, there's nothing wrong with asking someone below you to help as well at times. All right, you just can't abuse it because they don't get anything from it. But people are all there to help. All right. So, if you do not, a lot of people will join, and their sponsor may have just joined as well. So they might not have the same experience that you need to teach you. But they have an upline. So always find out who your upline's upline is. Now, that's the exact scenario I have. My upline's upline had more experience, and that is who I exploited. All right, and I use them. All right, and that's all fair. That's all part of this business. And if your sponsor is still new as well, because if they're going fast, that's going to happen. Find out who their upline is. It's not booze, it's iced tea. So find out who the sponsor is and find out what level it is. Also, when you bring someone into your team, make sure they know who your sponsor is. Because if they can't reach you and they need help, or you don't have the experience yet, use the people above you. All right? I've seen so many times on network marketing pages, people saying I don't have a leader. I don't know who my sponsor is. My sponsor quit. What do I do? All right? Well, if that happens, if they know the upline, or my sponsor's gone on holiday, I can't get hold of them, I have a question. I don't know who their sponsor is. So make sure you know who's above them. Next point is where. Where do you get the material that you need to do your business? All right. It's everywhere. One, from your sponsor and your team. Now, that's all fair game. Now, we have material everywhere. All right. Wait, where's my other? So in your web page, okay, on the US page, you have information on all your products right here. Company, the opportunity. There's a lot of stuff right on your front page. In the US page, they also have a blog which talks about the products and everything else. Check it out. In your back office, under members only, there's the distributor information. Here's a copy of the opportunity webinar. You all see the my share screen? Okay, the opportunity webinar. Dr. Nathan Newman's stem cell video. XConnect replays. Here's the announcements on how to do Race to Executive when it was going on for North America. Important forms. Information, how to get to It's Paid For You works. How to set up your wallet. How to set up your pay card. Compliance policies and procedures. Marketing tools. Right down here, there's a beautiful handout that you can print yourself for instant liaisons. If you see me in the little window, you see this little page here. All right, you can send that with samples. All right, because now they've rewrapped the packaging so that it can be resold or given out as samples, as long as you're providing, the ingredients and instructions. You can send it out as samples. And then there's information on what's happening in a lot of different countries. So that's the first place you look for information. Second is your JCloud. The JCloud, North America, they sorted this out by area now. English, US, there will be an English Canada section put in soon. So audio, there's Empower System, which are videos and material to help you learn the business. Events, there's your J Office, how to use it. There's different media. There's presentations that are available, both in PowerPoint and JPEG and on MP4. The print material. Print material is great. You know, we have the We Live Jeunesse booklet that you can buy in your back office. You can also print sign-up packages for the US, so you can get people to sign, and there's one coming in soon for Canada. It's being translated now, and they have to give English and French at the same time. All the product sheets, the J-Kit, all this stuff is now available directly in your back office. Check it out. It's all stuff to look at. Next place where you can look for stuff is our Empower Global Facebook page. All right, that's our team page. If you want to know where to look for things, there's a little section here called description. There's the Empower You team webpage. Few rules for the group. I'm going to be removing the phone numbers, but telling you how to get them off at your main page in here shortly. I would have done it tonight, but my daughter showed up. All right. So there's a bit of stuff in here as well as my YouTube channel. So if you click on this, it'll bring you to my YouTube channel, where we got a lot of different information available, videos, longevity TV, everything is in here that I find. Now, if you don't know how to steal my videos and put them up yourself, no problem. All you got to do is go to any video. I'll show you this quickly for the IT savvy people that are here. If you want to steal a video, because of course it's on my YouTube channel, a lot of them will send them to my webpage. You don't want them going to my webpage, you want them going to your webpage. So right between the www dot and the Y, if you type SS in there and enter, it'll bring you to an area which will allow you to download. Hey, change this. And you can download a program now to do it. I haven't downloaded one for a little bit, as you can tell. All right? But this is stuff you can do. All right? On the Empower You page as well, there's a section, there's videos, photos. Check them out. Those are all company-approved photos and videos, or people from the team who've posted them. And there's also files where I put the price list, Nevo information sheet, all the things that we want to find quickly, I put in here. All right, if you have any tools that you wish to share, feel free to send it in as well. The binary strategy, about VitaCell, Health Canada links, everything is in here. So that's another place you can look for information. The next is our Empower You team webpage. Check this out. It's good, and it's going to get better. We're in the middle of translating some of the stuff from the French team. So for our Francophone in the group, you can always check out the French side. English is what I'll show you right now. Go in here. You have Discover Jeunesse. You have some videos. Let me stop this video before it starts. You have the compensation plan, the products, the business opportunity. This is a page you can send your distributors to, your prospects. Start with Jeunesse, where it's got a few other videos and stuff available for you. The four-step information process, and that you don't need to be an expert in what you need to know about our products. Go through it. There's pictures of some leaders and product like 8. All right. And there's a distributor zone. When you go into the distributor zone, it'll ask you for a password. Jeunesse with a capital J 123. I'm going to be adding the password onto our team page as well. But here's a copy, an information letter you can send to new prospects. You download it, customize it to you, and send it out. It's got links to videos, everything in there. So this is an area you want to use as well for your tools. And we are in the process of improving this web page as well, especially for the English, because the French and Europe have already done a lot of improvements on theirs. And if you get people in other markets, we have Jeunesse Espagnole page for Latin America. This is run by the company, not a private team. All right? A lot of people are a bit surprised. We have an office in El Salvador. All right? I've talked to a distributor there who did not know. All right? And she was there for a while. So these are where you can find a lot of the tools. And you also, you can ask other people on the team or ask questions in the Facebook group. So that's a bit of the where to get the material. What? Now we're getting a bit more into the goal setting. What are your goals? What do you want? So the questions you have to ask yourself is, how much do you want to make in Jeunesse? Are you in here because you want a couple $100 extra a month, which is going to become more possible with the J parties and the new stuff that's coming in, being announced that lead? Or do you want to retire on this and create it to replace your income? Those are the questions you want to do. And how much time do you wish to start earning that income? So set your goal. Where do you want to be at what time? Remember, this is a business that you're creating. So most businesses take 3 to 5 years to become solid. Now, I talked with a few of the leaders in the company, a few of the diamond directors, and one of the big mistakes a lot of people do make when they're in the business is the first month they make their goal, they quit their job. All right? And the next month, they don't make their goal again. So what they recommend is make sure that you've consistently, for a few months, met your goal and that it's starting to be consistent. Also, make sure you get some backup emergency money in there so that if you do have a slower month, you have the buffer in order to rebuild, and you're not relying on that income right away and become homeless. Next thing, what do you want from this business? What do you want? In the business, there's some people do it just for the networking side, just to have home parties. Some people do it as more of a business. Some people, it's a way to get out. So what do you want from this business? That's part of your goals. How much time you have for this business? That's a big one. If you want to make $1 million a year and you have half an hour to spend a month, you're not going to do it. So something has to change. All right? You have to be able to get things growing. And what is your own timeline? So what is your stages you want to meet? Then you try and make sure that your work effort matches your stages. All right? Now, in the back office, okay, there's a wonderful little form for those who haven't seen it. For some reason, it's getting stuck on my screen here. My mouse is not moving it over. All right. There is a quick executive quick start launch guide in your back office. So this is one of the things you want to look at. 1, for yourself. 2, with your prospects, with your new distributors, to try and set their goals. Okay, so the first one is right here, is know your why. Why are you doing this? Because that helps you motivate. Understand your goals. Those are the questions like I mentioned earlier. All right. Third is create your list. What is your list? The list is very important. That is every single person you could think of. All right. As you think of them and add them on, all right, you keep adding more names, and as you look at them, you categorize them. There's 4 categories. First, this is an entrepreneur, and this is my warm list. These are my first contacts. Second one is these are my prospects. The third is people who might be able to lead you to other people. And the fourth is your chicken list, the people you're going to be afraid to go talk to. Right? Let me tell you a story about the chicken list. None of us would be here, at least in this team, if it wasn't for one of our uplines contacting her chicken list. Right? And she brought in some leaders. Pierre and Christine came into the company because Lena Novak contacted them from her chicken list. All right? So that is exactly how Pierre and Christine got into the company. So contact the chicken list, and if you need help, ask your upline for the assistance to do that. All right? So put down your list, and you can actually upload them all into the J mobile app. And you can do that directly in your J tools in your back office as well. Under the CMV section, you can upload and put your whole contact list there if you want, categorize them, and set up strategies. They'll be training on that later. 4, contact and invite. Invite the people. Plan your first presentation. Or now, presentation is not just getting 20 people together. Your presentation could be 1 person, 2 people, 50 people, whatever is your contact list. Okay? So that's who you've got to contact. Right? And get your first one-on-ones, 3-way calls going on. You see right here, it has the sections on here for one-on-one, 3-way call, webinar, small group. Start setting it up. Right? Remember, in your tools as well, in North America, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the company does a webinar, an opportunity.
Repeat that, please.
Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the company puts on an opportunity presentation. Our team does it as well. We do it right now. We're trying to set up for every second week or so. And when we do presentations live in Ottawa, when we can, we present them out to the world as well, in case somebody wants to join in. And go to the meetings and show up on it. Because one of the things as well is as a team, if we're doing an opportunity presentation online and one prospect shows up and they're sitting there alone watching it, they feel lonely. They feel intimidated. If there's a whole bunch of faces listening, it's more warm. So that's part of working as a team. Okay? And confirm their attendance and try and make sure they're showing up. Now, share it. We have a bunch of videos, and I'll be talking about that in the probably next week, the new J tools that are available to track your business. All right. But the videos on Instantly Ageless, the video from the TV show The Doctors, that gives us good credibility. Now, that's one thing that you can publish and put the link online. You can find it in my YouTube channel. And that gives us credibility because this is, now you see out there a lot of companies or a lot of fake companies trying to use videos and stuff like that to talk about products. And if you look at the videos, they never mention the name of the company or the products. All right, that's because they're stealing videos from other companies. You see that online a lot. Now, if you publish something like the TV show The Doctors, who mention Jeunesse, who mention the word instantly ageless, then that's credibility because they're actually using the names of the products and the company. All right. So look at the presentation. Get to know the presentation itself. All right? The presentation is always done in a specific order, and there's a reason. When you variate from the specific order, it's primarily because you're answering questions. If you walk in and you talk to a prospect, okay, what do you want me to talk about? I can talk about the whole thing. No, just explain the compensation plan. I think I got the rest. Okay, explain the compensation plan. Make sure they're comfortable with everything, and then sign them up. All right, but the presentation was set up deliberately to talk about the business and the credibility of the company. And that's why the presentation talks about it. Now we're 7 years old. We just bought our new headquarters. Wow, that's exciting for a prospect. We just bought our new headquarters, cash, no debt, no mortgage. Now that's saying the company is solid. All right. Then we talk about the products. Then the business opportunity. Because if you put them to sleep and they don't have any interest in the business, you can always cut that portion shorter and get a client, or you expand the business opportunity depending on their reaction. So that portion goes with by how your audience is. Follow-up. Follow-up is extremely important. Now it's through follow-up, that a lot of my distributors join, and even people who have been inactive for a while, I still follow up with them. And it makes a difference. Because one, you're still thinking of them. You're still in contact with them, and it does show professionalism. I have literally signed up somebody into the team who was looking at Jeunesse, had an opportunity presentation from somebody, and couldn't remember who that person was, and couldn't remember how to get hold of them. So they went looking for a team again because they lost the contact information. If that person had followed up, they would have had a distributor. So the follow-up is extremely important. And you do follow up more than once, unless they tell you where to go. All right. Enroll others. All right. You want to help your distributors where you can enroll other distributors. One, your new distributors, especially at the beginning, are new. They don't have the full information. That's why the three-way call and the group presentations are good. It helps with any shyness, comfort zone, or knowledge that you might be lacking at the beginning. Right? That's why we're doing the race to executives, because the best time to sign up and go executive is within your first 48 to 72 hours, because that's when you're hot to trot and everything is right there. That's when you're really excited. And if you get people to sign up right away, you get more excited. Right? And that you keep building upon that. So you want to try and get them to start building the customers. And the goal is, if everybody can get 2 distributors and 2 customers and continue to try and reproduce, getting 2 distributors, 2 customers a month, that is what you want to try for. Not always easy, especially on the distributor side, but that is the goal, because that keeps the team building, and you want them to do the same thing. And then you go through the same thing. Repeat and teach these steps. That's what you're teaching to the other people. Now, I emailed off this form to everybody as well. If you haven't seen it, I did that a couple hours ago. So you can print it out, fill it out, share it with other people. And as you're building and becoming an executive, you're starting to look and put names in. Who do you want? When I was working on going Sapphire, I literally, right on my board above my head, I put out a map and an org chart. And I know how to do org charts. And I built it up, and I was putting in names, and I had a list of prospects, with arrows and stuff like that of where I was going to place them, and everything else. And I built it as a plan. I strategized and I aimed at it. And we made our deadline. All right. And then you're Now the first order bonus, and this is just to keep track of what you've done. All right. So that was a very quick, that is goals. All right. Because you got to know where you want to go. Well, as we've always said, without a goal, you're just trying. And nobody's going to join your experiment. You know, your credibility is your belief that you are going to succeed. And I know everybody on this call, and I know everybody here can succeed easily. All right. And it's filling the people with the passion, because that is what network marketing does. All right. There's no passion in a commercial or a radio announcement. All right. But where the passion is the face-to-face. You're talking to someone and say, I love this product. I actually got a client at work because she had a little cough, and I said, here. I threw them a reserve. Now, she's now a preferred customer, hasn't ordered a reserve yet, but she's ordered Instantly Ageless in the serum. All right. Because I believe in the products. And because they're amazing. Okay. I'm going to open it up for questions. Come on, Anastasia.
Hi.
I know you have one.
Oh, no. I will wait this time. I'll see if anybody else will ask questions.
All right.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
You see?